What's going on, people? Welcome to Fandoms Anonymous. We are here. This is the place for the official Fandoms Anonymous Power Ranger movie countdown. Man, we are so excited to have a Power Rangers movie coming out. We're going to be providing you all types of content, from podcasts to special interviews with special guests to different conversations to debates about Power Rangers. We're talking Power Rangers every single day. There's going to be a new video dropping every day leading up to the release of the Power Rangers movie. Again, this is Fandoms Anonymous presents the Power Rangers movie countdown. Follow us all over social media and subscribe to us here on YouTube. Go Power Rangers. What's going on, everybody? This is Malcolm with Fandoms Anonymous. I am a little bit under the weather today, but who cares? This is a continuation of Fandoms Anonymous presents the Power Rangers movie countdown. For those of you who are like me, this movie is dropping in less than 48 hours, so we're almost on our way to Thursday, 7 p.m., for everybody that's going to see it Thursday, 7 p.m. So I will be at the AMC Festival, number 16 in Montgomery, Alabama, watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. So today we have another podcast, and I got two distinguished gentlemen. One of them comes from a nice city called Seattle. His name is Michael Overfield. What's going on, Mike?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. And one of them is my family, my relatives, the scum beneath my toes, the one and only Darrell G. What's going on, Darrell?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I was expecting the insult back.
I'll get you later.
You get me later. We're going to have some fun here today, everybody. We're going to have some fun here today. Today we're talking about a very specific topic when it comes to Power Rangers, period. We're talking about the power, the drive, the determination, the leadership, the qualities of the team of Rangers. We're talking about today the importance of a Red Ranger. So my first question goes out to Darrell. When you think about the importance of a Red Ranger, we're going to get into some of the seasons and some of those of all the various Red Rangers. But when you just think about overall the importance of a Red Ranger, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think he got to be a good leader. He got to be well versed, and he's got to be. He got to be a. I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but he got to be a team player. Okay, he can't be the guy who want to do it by himself. He got to be a team player. He got to want to work with everybody. He got to be one to train everyone, and he's got to be the first one in the fight, and probably the last one out the fight. That's why I think a Red Ranger is to me.
Michael Overfield, what's the importance of a Red Ranger mean to you?
The importance is somebody that makes the team come together. Is what's the word? It's like the glue of the team. If somebody's down, he helps build them up. He has to be probably one of the strongest ones on the team. He has to keep them going, keep them motivated.
For me personally, the importance of a Red Ranger goes along with everything you two just said. But specifically, for me, that the Red Ranger has to have heart. If you don't, you're the heartbeat, and we're looking at the color red, and red is always synonymous with a heart. If you're going to be a Red Ranger, you have to have some heart to carry the team when the team doesn't feel like being carried. You have to be there. Your role is pivotal. Your role is important. You're the first one to morph. You're the first one to call out the morphing sequence, depending on the situation. So that's very pivotal. One thing I want to start with, and I know Darrell, he's strumming along real good. He's a little on the old school side, so he's really stuck to the Mighty Morphin, basically the Zordon era of Power Rangers, if you would say, and anything with Power Rangers in space. But I know Michael, he's pretty up there with me in regards to the season. So if I had to start with my first topic, I want to go, and I just want to go ahead and get it out that way with the worst Red Ranger ever. Now, Michael, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but I'm going to test this right here to see if we're both on the same wavelength of Power Rangers history. To you, out of all of the seasons, who was the worst Red Ranger ever?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
Oh, man.
I
hope my gamble is going to pay off.
For me, personally, it's a toss-up between Mac from Operation Overdrive and I can't remember his name, from Megaforce, the Red Ranger.
There we go. There we go, Mike. Troy Burrows from Power Rangers Megaforce.
He seemed
Troy Burrows.
They were trying to make a copy of Jason, or they're trying to emulate the Mighty Morphin first season. That's what they failed. They failed to capture the power that Jason had. And then the acting wasn't very good either.
Troy, to me, was one of the worst Power Rangers. And, Darrell, if you ever get a chance, just watch a couple of episodes of Megaforce, and you'll see why we say Troy was one of the worst. I will agree with you and put Mac at number 2 as one of the worst. But Troy, and I guess it was the acting. You know, when it came to battle, he was a good fighter and all that good stuff. But when it came, oh, man, it felt like he wasn't sure about himself. It felt like sometimes the team had to carry him at times. And to me, he was just not a good leader. He was not a good leader at all. He was overshadowed a lot. He always had questions. And if you're a leader, sometimes you just have to step out there. And if you make mistakes, you just make mistakes. You know, so, you know, that's why I would go with Troy being one of the worst. Darrell, with your various watchings of Rangers, who would you say is not on your top for a Red Ranger?
It got to be hard. From the shows I watch, I would have to say the Red Dino Ranger.
From Dino Thunder?
From Dino Thunder. I got to say him.
Connor?
Okay.
And I don't think
Connor.
it was his fault. I don't think it was his fault. I mean, he was just, you were competing with a legend. So I think that's why it seemed like, you know, the teacher, you know, who was actually the Black Ranger, stood out the most. He seemed like he didn't stood out.
Yeah.
He didn't stand out at all. And so, and then he seemed like even, I can't remember her name, sorry, but even the Yellow Ranger, she seemed like she was the second strongest of them all. You know, besides, the lead, their teacher, Tommy Oliver, really, okay? So I feel like he just didn't stand out to me as, you know, a leader, as a Red Ranger.
I have to add to that. I just started rewatching that season, and to me, he seems to have, as one of the Red Rangers, he seems to have one of the best character development. Because he started off.
That's true. That's true.
He started off as a jock.
You say he started off as a jock?
Yeah, he started off as a jock and a jerk, and then he slowly became a better person, and kind of went. His was slow going. That's why I understand why you say he's probably one of the least favorable ones. And he was overshadowed by Tommy, so.
Most definitely.
There's not much
now, we
do with that.
We look at Red Rangers as well, like we said, to be leaders and to be, you know, even after the actor has left the show. And I know since we're talking about Red Rangers, this is something that we have to bring up. Cole Evans from Wild Force, or I think his name is Rick Medina, as we just seen currently in the news, he just got pled guilty to murder, you know, and I hate that, you know, but, you know, it's one of those things that happen. It's everyday life, and I don't think it tarnished the name of Power Ranger. At the end of the day, he's just an actor on a television show, but, you know, at the end, when the word came out, it made him synonymous with Power Rangers, and when the hashtags came out, it was either something connected with him or something connected with the movie. So I hate that Power Rangers took an adverse effect to that bad rep from, you know, what that I do hope everything goes well for him, and, you know, justice, you know, as apparently it is, has been served. pray special blessings towards the family of the person that was lost, in that accident. But that's just something, a trait that we look for in leaders. And when we're specifically talking about Red Rangers, who would you guys say is one of the top Red Rangers for you? Michael, I'm going to start with you.
I'm kind of biased on part of it, so I would say Jason from Mighty Morphin, but besides him, I would that's a tough one. I'd say Andros. He was on his own for a while, and he really led the team together, and he saved a lot of people when he destroyed Zordon's tube. So I would say, besides Jason, Andros.
Right, and Andros had a big responsibility, to carry towards the end, in the two-part countdown to destruction in Power Rangers in Space. He carried a big responsibility, to end everything as we know, which was the end of the Zordon era. Darrell, who would you say is your top Red Ranger?
Well, my top Ranger, even though, hell, I got to tell you, I love Tommy Oliver, but I got to go with Jason. Jason, he was fearless. And then just his voice. When he said it's morphin' time, you feel it. You feel the energy. You feel the power in his voice.
Exactly.
When he tells him, link up your crystals. From every moment of him talking, it's like he was a great leader. It's to me, even when Jordan first, summoned them, it's just even how he was looking like, what, this guy might be telling the truth. This guy might not be crazy. And it just, through the whole season of him, he was a great leader. And he was so strong. And then it seemed like he didn't try to overshadow anybody. He wanted to build them up to be on his level. Okay, like how he would want to train Billy. He actually wanted his whole team to be on his level. And then what I really think would show him as a great leader is even when a White Ranger came and when Zordon announced the White Ranger is the new leader, it seemed like he wasn't jealous at all. He seemed like, okay, hey, you can pick another better candidate. So that's why I feel like Jason was the best Red Ranger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, then, mine is going to be shocking to some people. Might be shocking to you all. But I got to go with Jaden Sheba. I have to go with the Red Samurai Ranger. The reason I have to go with him is because he had a family lineage to carry of Red Ranger. Now, if you guys don't know the actual truth behind the Sheba family, Jaden was not the original choice for Red Ranger. Jaden was a stand-in, actually, for his sister, Lauren Sheba, which is the first female ever Red Ranger. Reasoning behind that is because they wanted to make sure that when it was time to seal Master Xandric back into the netherworld, that Lauren was able to learn the spell to seal him back in. And in order to do that, Lauren had to go in hiding. And Jaden took up the mantle of protecting the powers of the Red Ranger, even though they both had morphers. So I feel like his character had definitely a lot of development, because for an entire almost 2 seasons, he was carrying a huge secret. He was carrying a big secret, almost. And at the end of the day, his secret was, guys, I'm not really the main Red Ranger. So, Michael, I know you've watched Samurai before. What do you think about Jaden Sheba?
I was agreeing with how you were talking about it. He did have a lot of development because of having to keep the secret, and then also trying to train and keep the Rangers together, and how all the people that came from the different backgrounds, even like the Yellow Ranger wasn't the first choice for the Yellow Ranger. Her sister got sick, so he kept them together while they were living in the house, and he was able to. He started off as real strict with stuff, and then he slowly opened up and was able to I don't know if the best word is be normal. He was able to interact with everybody else instead of being really strict with his discipline.
And I feel like he had to be strict because he had an image to upkeep. He was the Red Ranger. He was a member of the Shiva family, which is a long line of warriors. So, Darrell, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to stick around Darrell's era of Rangers. So, Darrell, when we're looking at the transition in Turbo, who was your better Red Ranger in Turbo? Was it Tommy or TJ?
I got to give it to Tommy. TJ just really didn't seem like a really good leader to me. It seemed like he was trying to be a leader instead of being a leader. Mm-hmm. So I really just didn't ever feel like he was actually a leader to me.
Do you think TJ was better? Do you think TJ was better in his role when he was the Blue Ranger in space?
Yeah. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, it seemed like he made a better Blue Ranger than he did a Red Ranger. Like, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, Michael, the guy from In Space, Red Ranger you picked.
Andros.
What's his name again?
Andros.
Andros. Okay, Andros, like he said, Andros was a great Red Ranger. Okay, and it seemed like if they were switched, I don't think In Space would have been as good of a show having him as a Red Ranger than Andros as a Red Ranger. I think that was a good transition to have Andros leading them, and then TJ. TJ just didn't seem like a very good leader to me.
TJ had to compete with Tommy's image, so when he transitioned and Andros becoming the Red Ranger, there was a separation between Tommy and Andros, so that's why he was able to shine as the Red Ranger, but TJ just kind of got stuck in that Red Ranger role as it transitioned from Turbo to In Space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Michael, I'm going to hit you with one. Red Ranger, Jason or Rocky? And why?
Jason. Oh, my God, Jason. Rocky just, maybe it's because Red Ranger got demoted to, like, second in command, but he didn't have that commanding presence that Jason did. With Jason, you knew he was the leader. Even when he got demoted when the White Ranger first showed up, he still had that strong presence. Mm-hmm. Rocky, he was more playful. He didn't seem as strong a character. Maybe when he switched to Blue Zeo, he was able to shine a little bit more, but as the second Red Ranger, he wasn't a good fit for it.
So it seems we have a paradox of when red goes to blue, they are actually a little bit better.
Yeah, think about it.
Wow. And speaking of Rocky, Steve Cardenas, I'm calling you out, man. You have been liking my post on the Founders Anonymous Instagram page, and I really appreciate it. Let's get together. Let's do an interview. I want to interview you. I want to talk about what you're doing now, what you're going to do, and talk about your past as a Ranger and what do you think the franchise is going. Let's talk. Let's interview, man. I'm calling you out, Steve Cardenas. I'm going to tag you in this as well. And speaking of interviews, if you guys have not seen it, I got to do an interview with the man whose name has become synonymous throughout this whole conversation, the one and only Dr. Tommy Oliver, a.k.a. in reality, Jason David Frank. That interview is on the Founders Anonymous YouTube channel. It is inside our Power Rangers playlist. If you go there, you can check out all the videos that we've released during the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie countdown presented by Founders Anonymous. So our interview with Jason David Frank is in there. Do you guys have any final thoughts about Red Rangers?
Now, I do feel like even though he's one of my favorite Rangers, I kind of feel like Tommy kind of went down when he became the Red Ranger. I think he was a better White Ranger and Green Ranger and Black Ranger than he was the Red Ranger. I really didn't feel him as a Red Ranger from, Zeo or Turbo. Loved him as a Black Ranger. I loved him as a Black Ranger, loved him as a White and the Green. I don't know. It seemed like, it's like the Red Ranger didn't fit him to me. What do you think?
I guess I disagree with that point because he carried that Zio team. And, of course, we know Zio is one of the hottest seasons out there.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to Turbo, I do sense a bit of decline because that he was slated to get ready to be replaced anyway, after the Turbo movie. So there was a slight decline there, but throughout the Zio season, he was amazing. Michael, what do you think about that?
I love Zio. I mean, like I said, I love Zio is one of my favorite seasons. I just feel like, the White Ranger role was a little bit more powerful than the Red Ranger role, even though I feel like Zio is the most powerful. I know you talked about that already. But I don't know. I didn't feel that anymore when he became, the Red Ranger. But you made a very good point. Yeah, he did carry the team, and I liked it.
Michael, what's your thought?
I know with Red Rangers, a lot of fans, if they're the older fans and they're still watching, they always compare the Red Ranger or the current season to the more popular ones like Tommy or Jason. And sometimes you have to step out and see what the good qualities of each one are and the bad qualities. And like me, I'm biased. I'm all for the originals. Every time you ask me, I'll go for the originals. But some of the really good ones that stand out, like Time Force, he had to save 2 different timelines. And like with Megaforce, being some of the part of the worst parts of the whole Rangerdom, it's just if they had fixed him or fixed how they did that season, I'm sure he could have been a really good one, especially with Super Megaforce, because Super Megaforce had so much potential, especially with the Red Ranger and being able to switch to all the different Red Rangers. And you just got to look at like put Mighty Morphin and Zeo off to the side and look at all the other ones, see how they molded Red Ranger.
I think I understand what you're saying because I have that problem because Mac will tell you I always compare things to the original. Like, I told him, like, I'm not really feeling the new Red Ranger because he reminded me of maybe a Zach Morris, and when I was looking for maybe like AC Slater because I was looking for more a Jason role and not a Rocky role. So I have that problem too. I keep comparing the original to every single thing. So I understand exactly what you mean.
Definitely, most definitely, guys. But, guys, we thank you for listening in today to our Red Ranger, the importance of the Red Ranger conversation. Of course, you know where to follow us. We're Fandoms Anonymous. That's FANDOMSANONYMOUS. We're all over Facebook at our Fandoms Anonymous group. Come join our discussions. We're on our Facebook page where you can like and see some of the things that we post every once in a while. Follow us on Instagram at Fandoms_Anonymous17 and follow us on Twitter at Anonymous_Fan17 as well. Guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Darrell. Thank you, Michael. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out their playlist from all the other videos and all the other conversations we've had so far. We still got some amazing conversations coming up the rest of this week. I got a real big one for you. I mean, it's going to be big coming up tomorrow. It will drop tomorrow. And I got another special interview that I'm doing Thursday afternoon as well. Not morning, but afternoon. So look for that on Thursday. So, guys, if there's anything else, thank you for watching Fandoms Anonymous, and have a good one.